Marshall.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for our national anthem and remain standing for the invocation. Navy Lieutenant and NPS student Samuel Ajay will now deliver the invocation.
Let us pray. Almighty God, eternal Lord, our Heavenly Father, it is an honor this morning to invite you into our gathering. We humbly request that you grace us with your presence today. We also ask that you bless the graduating class. Today's ceremony is of special significance. Not only are we celebrating the academic achievement of these graduates who come from all corners of the United States and multiple countries around the world, we are also celebrating an opportunity to be back holding in-person ceremonies again. Who would have thought a year ago from today that it would take this long for us to be here? Over the past year, a lot has happened in our institution, our country, and our world. But through it all, our graduating class and their professors demonstrated enormous resilience, agility, and military discipline, helping us to come to here today. It is my prayer that you bless each and every one of these graduates. Give them the grace to make a difference wherever they are going from here. For those going back to operation duties on ships, I ask that you calm the seas as they sail through heavy seas and contested territories. For those going overseas, grant them traveling mercies and safe passages. For those returning to offices in far corners of the world, give them the insight to impact the lives of all they work with positively. For those returning to their home countries, give them warm welcomes and forever keep the love of the United States in their hearts and those of their countrymen. For all these graduates, may you bless their families, their communities, and make them brighten the corners wherever they find themselves. Finally, may today's ceremony be pleasing to you. We thank you for your presence here. In the name above all names, I pray. Amen.
Please be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Naval Postgraduate School's Spring Quarter graduation. Thank you also for joining us on our nation's newest national holiday. Yesterday, President Biden signed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act, establishing 19 June as a federal holiday. Juneteenth is the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the ending of slavery in the United States. Although the Emancipation Proclamation was issued by Abraham Lincoln on September 22, 1862, and it went into effect on January 1, 1863, slaves were not actually set free in the Confederacy until the Union Army was able to move in and take over. On June 19, 1865, Union Major General Gordon Granger and his Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas, and his famous General Order No. 3 was issued informing the people of Texas that the enslaved were now free. I know for many of you, this could have been a day off, and I appreciate that you have deliberately taken the time to help us celebrate the many successes of our graduates. I encourage you to take the time to read the history of Juneteenth and reflect upon its significance and what it represents. Sharing the stage with President Rondeau and Provost Gartner is our esteemed guest speaker, Vice Admiral Hughes, the deans of our various schools, and our local military leadership who have been deeply involved in the education of today's graduates. I am honored to introduce President of the Naval Postgraduate School, Vice Admiral Anne Rondeau, United States Navy.
Well, good morning. It's great to have everybody here in person, and for those who are also listening and part of us virtually, it's great to have you here as well. This is a community of learners and of families and of friends who support learning. So for the faculty who are listening, for the families who are listening, for our graduates who are listening. What a great day to have you all back. And we look forward to having the entire team back this fall for our graduation. Before I start with a number of our comments, I want to recognize Captain Marcus Goodmanson. Captain, would you please stand up? There's no award here, so just forget that, Goody. But I want to recognize Captain Goodmanson, our Dean of Students. Captain Goodmanson had come here from the fleet and being the leader that he has been as an aviator and as a naval officer and as a leader overall. And all of those experiences came to a place called Naval Postgraduate School, where his passion for his crew, his passion for his mission, his passion for the Navy and the Marine Corps and all things military and for the nation came to a place where he was the leader of the moment as COVID hit this campus. He managed, he led, and every single student who needed to have his attention got it. Every single student and family who had concerns, worries, stresses, he took care of that. For everything that affected the lives of students, this is a leader who was chosen, perhaps by Providence, to be here today. And Captain Goodmanson, this is his last graduation. So if all of you students would stand up and give this man a round of applause, I'd be very happy. Thank you. Now, Lieutenant Ajay's prayer makes my comments and the Admiral's comments completely superfluous. That was a great prayer, Lieutenant, and we thank you very much for all that. So today is, of course, Juneteenth Day, and it's a good day to recognize how important it is in democracies to honor, celebrate, and always be mindful of the dignity of the human being. And so we celebrate today, certainly with this graduation, but mindful that part of our job as militaries in support of our nations and of our nation is that the dignity of the human being is a prominent aspect of democracies. So that makes us a noisy place, but also makes us mindful as the fact that this is a kind of thing that democracies do. And so on this important day, we need to be mindful about the dignity of the human being. So we celebrate this day in the spring quarter graduation. We can certainly talk about what 2020 was like. And for all of us, there was an interesting aspect of what this pandemic did. It may be the closest to what the Great Depression did or World War II did. It affected every corner of our nation, even more than 9/11. It affected our families, our friends, our neighborhoods. It affected, and it forced upon us separation and disassociation, which is not part of human behavior, where we like to be able to be relational and understand our families and their struggles and their victories. How many graduations and weddings and deaths and illnesses and worries we could not be about. So that's why this is an important day, is to recognize that this nation has a need to bring us back in the community of citizens and residents that we are. What was my expectation during this time? It was met in that our faculty and our students supported each other. As our students came in, our faculty then fell in. And there was this extraordinary thing that happened, is that virtually there was still some great learning going on. The expectation is that you would meet that mission, because that's what we do. We adapt and we are agile to the environment and the conditions in front of us. That's what we do. So we met the expectation. We met the expectation of discipline, teamwork, and our good character. We met that expectation. The faculty met its expectations of teaching with all kinds of different dynamics of having prepared their syllabus for in-person learning and all of a sudden having to be that effective when they're doing it virtually. The faculty kept up their edge, even though they had the absence of you as students to also sharpen those edges. And the students really missed the extraordinary impact of those faculty upon all of you. Many times we got survey results from you that said one thing that I missed the most is my ability to be around these faculty. So a number of things come to mind. First, at NPS, we are you. We are military leaders, we're educators, and we're staff, serving those who serve our nation and serving each other. We are you, and that's the magic of NPS. Second, together we solve hard problems and create solutions. And third, you are the decisive advantage that we deliver. Science and technology is not only disciplines, it's an attitude of mind. It's a mindset that says exploration, experimentation, innovation, discovery are all really important part of learning, but that the learning also is how we then process that. So the thesis and the capstone, yes, they are about topics that you are studying, and they are about real things that matter. But as importantly, you learned about the use of assumptions and questioning and really making sure that those assumptions are truly the foundational pieces of your thinking. You learned about principles. You learned about not only the science and the math, and those things are important, and the national security aspects of science and math, but you learned how to also state it, analyze it, understand it, present it, and stand by it with facts, data, and the extraordinary aspects of science and technology. So I would say that in many ways you have become the technological leaders of your generation. That's what we do. That's who we are, and that should be your expectation of us. And so there are many challenges ahead of us, but all of us should expect uncertainty. So if you read our mission statement of Naval Postgraduate School, it's about being able to understand ourselves as technological leaders in support of defense and military proficiencies and the profession of arms. We do that, and we do it well. The decisive edge, though, is not us. It is not Naval Postgraduate School. The decisive edge is what we produce, and that's you. Leaders for the future. And so when we talk about these kind of things, what I want you to do is leave here as a continuous learner. Learning, especially in democracies, is noisy, it's messy, it's multidisciplinary, it is interdisciplinary, it is complex. And you now are more the masters of that complexity. So before us now today, we have a great leader to talk to us about his perspective. I'm talking about Naval Postgraduate School and you. He's going to talk about you and the Navy and the Marine Corps and the larger purpose of why we exist. You can read his biography. I'm not into reading biographies if they're in front of you. What you don't know in that biography is a number of things, though. This is a leader who needs to teach all of us, and he does by his example. And I encourage you to think about him as a leader when you listen to him. He has irrepressible optimism. And leaders should always energize, not innovate. And for those of you who are national security affairs students, innovation is a scientific principle. I say that as a history major. Okay, the role of leaders is to energize, not innovate. That is what Captain Jeff Hughes does. Leaders are intended to find what is the alternative if the primary is not working. That is what Admiral Hughes does. The leader of excellence makes sure that everybody in their team is optimized, dignified, and leveraged toward mission. That's what Admiral Hughes does. If you read his bio, you'll note that he was selected for a peer leadership award. His peers said, this is a man who leads, and this is a man I want to follow. This is a man I like. Now, the only problem with Admiral Hughes is this. He's a Duke graduate, and he loves basketball. I am not a Duke graduate, and I don't love basketball. But I do tell you is that this is a guy who knows how to team lead. He understands what teams can do. He understands what teams need to do, and he understands how to deliver. And because of that, he's going to make us better in our ability to do the same thing. Students, officers, leaders, I introduce to you a remarkable man with a great, great sense of humor and honor, and who is today leading us along in the education and research journey, Vice Admiral Jeff Hughes.
I wouldn't want to read this bio myself, so. Well, thanks, Ann. That was an incredibly generous and too kind of an introduction. President Rondeau, Provost Gardner, Admiral, senior executives, senior enlisted leaders, civic, industry, and education partners, the distinguished Naval Postgraduate School faculty and staff, family and friends, and finally, and most important, the Spring 2021 Naval Postgraduate School students and graduates. So good morning, and thank you all for your participation in this non-traditional but evolving hybrid ceremony format in which to celebrate and memorialize the significant event. For the official commencement party and graduates, this marks the return to a King Hall ceremony for the first time in 18 months, and we welcome all of you joining via live stream. It is an absolute honor and privilege to serve as the commencement speaker today. Abraham Lincoln arguably delivered the most moving, poignant, and impactful spoken message in recorded history with his Gettysburg Address, which is just 271 words and took less than 2 minutes to deliver. Julius Caesar is attributed with having delivered long orations to the Roman Senate. Lincoln's words bolster his stature as among the most consequential and revered statesmen in history. Caesar was brutally murdered by those colleagues asserted to be his friends in the Senate. I plan to dial back the Caesar today. So why me? I'm fortunate to serve as the 3rd Deputy Chief of Naval Operations for Warfighting Development, also known as OPNAV N7, leading a directorate in its 21st month in existence with the charge to build warfighting advantage by developing and executing the Navy's strategic framework and advancing warrior scholars. In this capacity, I'm charged with leading the naval education enterprise to reinforce individual learning as a warfighting enabler through intellectual opportunity and talent management. As you return to the fleet or whatever primary responsibility you will hold in your upcoming assignment, we will have succeeded if you can tangibly contribute to improving and advancing the warfighting advantage of the naval service, the joint force, the interagency, and our broader coalition force. I fully recognize that this likely marks, at a minimum, the 3rd time you will have sat for a commencement address. Many of the themes will be familiar: reflection, celebration, appreciation, anticipation, and expectations, but I hope to provide some additional context to you as you return to the consequential work ahead. As I come to you from the Echelon 1 Navy staff, it is only fitting, some may say sad, that I share the framing of my remarks as a true staff wonk. To effectively message, we emphasize that the structure for the content should be in the following format: what, so what, and now what. So we start with the what. And to me, this is celebrating your recent accomplishment. So collectively, who are you? 362 of our collective nation's very best military and national security leaders, accomplished professionals representing all services, active and reserve, interagency partners from across the Department of Defense, and international teammates from 23 nations. You were all carefully selected for these prestigious courses of study and will all be conferred with graduate degrees today. You will soon join the prestigious roles of NPS alumni that include titans like Burke, Mullen, Hagee, McCraven, Haney, Natter, Work, Zabrowski, and Wayne E. Meyer. Equally important is that you are now an integral part of the powerful network of not only those with whom you have shared this experience, but also those who have preceded and will follow you. As vital a reliable network is to close an operational kill chain, this viable network is a must to unleash unprecedented collaboration as we address head-on vexing strategic and operational problems. For 122 years since the inception of a School of Maritime Engineering in Annapolis, and for 70 years here on this storied campus, the brilliant faculty and staff have turned the NPS vision into reality by delivering decisive warfighting advantage through synchronizing student operational experience and graduate education with applied research and faculty expertise to develop relevant solutions and the leaders educated to best employ them. None of this lofty but vital work is possible without a renowned and committed staff of passionate educators, gifted researchers, and recognized subject matter experts. They could teach anywhere, but they do so at NPS because they believe in, enable, and cultivate the mission. To the faculty and staff, I'm humbled to be among you, and thank you for your Herculean contribution at a time of great consequence to our Navy and our nation. Well done. And to all, elite doctoral and graduate level education, both for those delivering it and those receiving it, can be rigorous and challenging. However, this past year has introduced unprecedented complexity and strife for which all had to contend. COVID-19 has changed all of us. A wicked problem quickly emerged, and the Navy and NPS had to rapidly assimilate to the external conditions to remain mission effective. It imposed costs, but in the end, it demonstrated our adaptability and offered great opportunities for us in which to capitalize going forward. So today, we celebrate your resilience and that of the faculty and the staff to overcome and accomplish the mission. I would also like to recognize and celebrate the unsung heroes, your families, friends, and support networks. You too had a lot to contend with during this experience, and your often unheralded support is vital, as it is when we deploy to support our operational missions. On behalf of a grateful Navy and us here in King Hall, I thank all of you for joining us in the virtual space for your grit, sacrifice, and contribution to our cause. Let's now pivot to the so what. The world is getting really big in the windscreen. Make no mistake, we are firmly established in an era of major power strategic competition. China and Russia both have designs on redefining the existing international world order to meet their national interests. Committed and determined adversaries that are pushing the boundaries of accepted international laws and norms through malign behavior to gauge reaction and to see just how much they can change without resistance. This is not an academic exercise. It's a reality, and we need to attack this problem set with urgency and great vigor. Additionally, and certainly germane to the mission of this institution, is the rapidly changing character of war. Whomever successfully develops and fields proven operating concepts that capitalize on emerging disruptive technologies will stand a higher probability of success within the competition continuum and certainly in conflict. We have transcended numerous eras from sail to steam to nuclear power to cyber and space. In conflict, the victors were the ones who relentlessly sought emerging opportunities and seized the initiative by rapidly enacting change. They had vision, boldly challenged assumptions and the status quo, took calculated risk, learned and adapted faster than their adversaries, and in the end, delivered decisive combat power that led to victory. We are now in a cognitive era. Victory will hinge on decision speed and accuracy. Ubiquitous sensors, constant and precise targeting, and sophisticated weaponry require dynamic evolution, if not revolution, in how we conduct warfare in the coming years. The next fight must be prevented, but that is never guaranteed. We must harmonize efforts at and from the sea in all domains simultaneously, from the seabed to space and across the electromagnetic spectrum and cyberspace. Central to our success is the strength of our intellectual capital and creativity. We are a service that has always relied on the concept of mission command. It is at the core of being a naval officer. Our potential adversaries will never be as effective in this regard because it is counter to their culture and political systems, and because they can't replicate it in their education, learning, and training approaches, despite their best efforts to do so. Mission command requires leaders of competence and character who think freely and leverage the strength of diverse thinking from their teams. We strengthen our position by continued investment in our naval education enterprise. And while investment may connote a bigger budget, I would contend it is also bolstered by a rigorous review of how we educate and conduct the business of applied research. We need to align such that our collective focus addresses our most pressing needs, then execute with unprecedented vigor. We have the foundation and will take the enterprise to the next level. I hope this now has you moving up in your seat because we transition to the now what. I didn't see much movement, it's okay. The NPS mission calls to provide defense-focused graduate education, including classified studies and interdisciplinary research, to advance the operational effectiveness, technological leadership, and warfighting advantage of the naval service. We have invested in your cognitive development, and you now possess the heightened intellectual capital to drive tangible warfighting advantage outcomes, wherever the remainder of your careers take you. You have the controls. Some of you will be applying the subject matter in which you have been focused to drive mission outcomes and solve related problems immediately. For some, it may be a tour or two before this comes to pass. However, for all of you, you now possess knowledge, skills, and abilities in an enhanced cognitive toolkit that will allow you to drive solutions. Sure, NPS is about subject matter, but it is equally, if not more, about critical thinking, evidence-based problem solving, applied innovation, and risk determination that is vital to military success. I did not have the opportunity to get a master's degree from NPS, but I was able to attend the Naval War College following my Operational Squadron Command Tour. The year in Newport was among the most significant development opportunities I've ever experienced, and I'm not here today without it. After Newport, I went to the Joint Staff J5, Strategic Plans and Policy, to serve in the Directorate for Europe, NATO, Russia, and Africa. I would finish my tour serving as the branch head for politico-military affairs for all of sub-Saharan Africa. Go figure, put the gray Navy helicopter pilot in charge of sub-Saharan Africa. In truth in advertising, I got about 10 of the total countries on the continent right on my check-in pre-test. By the time I left, I was about 90 or plus %. Strategy and policy, interagency affairs, joint and coalition planning and operations. I was ready for this assignment because of my preparation at Newport. However, this was just a part, as the relationships I formed with both faculty and fellow students paid tremendous dividends throughout that tour. I was in frequent contact with international and other service officers, and these interactions led to tangible outcomes. Since that initial reutilization tour, I have leveraged the knowledge, skills, and abilities afforded by the Newport experience during my time in Type Wing Command, during the largest and most complex transition within naval aviation in the last decade, and in all 3 of my flag tours where I served as commander of Navy recruiting and personnel commands, and afloat as the commander of Expeditionary Strike Group 2. During this assignment, I served as CTF 189, the JIF McForward, and the senior DoD Title 10 officer on scene in the wake of Hurricanes Irma and Maria in 2017. This undertaking stressed every part of my graduate education. Trust me, this life-changing experience will pay tremendous dividends for you in the future. So here's my charge to you. Think broader. Continue to stretch your cognitive limits. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Seek this difficult space to drive new ways to solve vexing and rapidly evolving problems. As the president mentioned, I'm a graduate of Duke University and a huge fan of legendary basketball coach Mike Krzyzewski, Coach K. If the team fails on a defensive or offensive set, he yells, "Next play." Embrace and learn from mistakes, adjust accordingly, and rapidly move ahead. Be bold, seek advocacy for change, take calculated risks, fail fast and adapt, never cease your desire for continued learning, and drive to tangible, measurable outcomes. Drive innovation and improvement into everything you do. We need a step change in transformation across the Navy and Marine Corps to generate the requisite warfighting advantage. Focus on and cultivate your relationships. Unprecedented collaboration is a must. Reach back through your networks to include the faculty here to drive to high leverage outcomes. Trust your intuition, especially as it's been honed by this experience. And finally, be resilient and gritty. The nation expects nothing less, and deep down, neither do you. Before I must yield to an et tu, Brute, I'll close with my heartiest congratulations to you, your families, and this entire team on this significant milestone. You should all be proud and excited to get on to the next leg of your journey. Let's use this ceremony as an opportunity for all of us to reaffirm and recommit ourselves to the service of our great nation. We underwrite all that the Constitution offers and must never take our role to support and defend these rights for granted. Your contribution is truly vital and will be judged by future generations. Let's make it count. Godspeed to all gathered here today, and with all those past, present, and future that stand to watch in answer to our nation's call. Thank you.
I invite President Rondo, Provost Gardner, and Vice Admiral Hughes forward for the conferring of the PhD and graduate degrees. Will the candidate for the degree Doctor of Philosophy please stand and proceed to the platform?
Will Mr. Michael Anderson from the Department of Information Science, the candidate for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Information Science, please cross the stage? The title of Mr. Anderson's dissertation is Technology Trust: The Impact of Anthropomorphic System Information on the Acceptance of Autonomous Systems Used in High-Risk Applications. Placing the hood today are Mr. Anderson's dissertation advisor, Professor Tom Housel, and the chairman of the Information Science Department, Professor Alex Bordetsky. Mr. Anderson's research, sponsored by the Naval Information Warfare Center, addressed the rejection of autonomous systems used in situations of extreme risk due to the lack of trust. He developed a method that utilizes anthropomorphism to improve human-machine teaming. His study revealed that the level of automation is not a factor in establishing trust in technology. The experimentation conducted by Mr. Anderson led to a new program of record for the United States Marine Corps titled Littoral Explosive Ordnance Neutralization. President Rondeau, I present to you Dr. Michael Anderson. He has completed all requirements prescribed by the faculty and is recommended for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Information Science.
By the authority vested in me, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining.
Congratulations. Earlier this week, upon my recommendation, President Rondeau conferred the degree Doctor of Philosophy upon 4 other officers who could not be here, who I just want to mention briefly. That's Navy Lieutenant Commander Michael Ryan Cribbs, Major Robert Charles Schottner, Commander Kenneth Germain, and Lieutenant Commander Kellen Taylor Jones. Let's give them a round of applause.
Will the candidates for the degrees Master of Arts, Master of Science, and Master of Business Administration please stand?
President Rondeau, I present to you these candidates. After consideration of their academic accomplishments, the Academic Council will recommend them for the degree Masters of Arts, Masters of Science, and Masters of Business Administration as specified.
Upon the recommendation of the Academic Council, I will, by the authority vested in me, confer upon them the degree Master of Arts, Master of Science, and Master of Business Administration as specified with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining.
Will the first row of candidates please proceed to the platform? Remaining candidates, please be seated. Of this quarter's total 362 graduating class, 116 have also earned their Command and Staff Diploma from the Joint Professional Military Education Program sponsored by the Naval War College. Master of Science in Electrical Engineering, Lieutenant Commander Ryan Breckenridge. Ensign George Gilliam, United States Navy. It's a close one. Graduating with distinction, Lieutenant Commander Dimitrios Mastrantonis, Hellenic Navy. Lieutenant Alexander Gray Mund, United States Navy. Master of Science in Engineering Science, Electrical Engineering, graduating with distinction, Lieutenant Andrew Byerwalter, United States Navy. Lieutenant Kayla Foster, United States Navy. Master of Science in Applied Mathematics, Ensign Matthew Francis Critchley. Master of Science in Meteorology, Ensign Aspen Simone Bess, United States Navy. Master of Science in Meteorology and Physical Oceanography, Lieutenant Commander Brandon Anthony, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Michelle Lauren Moeller, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Allison Pelosi, United States Navy. The recipient of the Rear Admiral William S. Parsons Award for Scientific and Technical Progress, Lieutenant Commander Austin Christopher West, United States Navy. Master of Science in Applied Physics, the recipient of the Naval Sea Systems Command Award for Excellence in Combat Systems, Lieutenant Sasha Maria Barnett, United States Navy. Ensign John Robert Campo, United States Navy. Ensign Andrew Kwong-Wright, United States Navy. Lieutenant Eric Samayoa, United States Navy. Ensign Alexandra Michelle Smith, United States Navy. Master of Science in Engineering Acoustics, Ensign Jared Young, United States Navy. Master of Arts in Security Studies, Middle East, South Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa, Major Brandy McAllister, United States Air Force. The recipient of the Foreign Area Officer Association Award, graduating with distinction, Major Christopher Plume, United States Air Force. Graduating with distinction, Major Carlton Shreve, United States Air Force. Major Mike Yoon, United States Air Force. Master of Arts in Security Studies, Far East, Northeast Asia, the Pacific, Major Dylan Buck, United States Marine Corps. Captain Brittany Fuentes, United States Marine Corps. Captain Samantha Glazer, United States Marine Corps. Major Tommy Fan, United States Marine Corps. The recipient of the First Command Military Leadership Award, Captain Rebecca Riopel, United States Marine Corps. With an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander Sean Krogan, United States Navy. The recipient of the Outstanding United States Air Force Graduate Award from the Department of National Security Affairs, graduating with distinction, Major Andrew Borders, United States Air Force. Master of Arts in Security Studies, Western Hemisphere, Major Jacqueline Camacho, United States Air Force. Master of Arts in Security Studies, Europe and Eurasia, Major Matthew Amiro, United States Marine Corps. The recipient of the Naval Postgraduate School Superior Service Award, Major Alicia Job, United States Marine Corps. Graduating with distinction, Captain Luke Stockman, United States Marine Corps. Major Jacob Partridge, United States Army. Master of Arts in Security Studies, Strategic Studies, the recipient of the International Student Award for Excellence in Regional or Security Studies with an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Monica Flores Chacon, Costa Rican Public Force. Master of Arts in Security Studies, Homeland Security and Defense, Lieutenant Wileen Sangkap, United States Navy. Master of Arts in Astronautical Engineering, the recipient of the Department of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering Highest Academic Achievement Award in Aerospace Engineering, Ensign Grant Joseph Brindelli, United States Navy. Ensign Ian Alexander Hardy, United States Navy. With an outstanding thesis, Ensign Matthew Solomon Modello, United States Navy. Ensign Brendan Robert Philbin, United States Navy. Ensign Wyatt Allen Smith, United States Navy. Master of Science in Engineering Science, Aerospace Engineering, Ensign Connor Judson Asprey, United States Navy. Ensign Ryan Borchardt, United States Navy. Ensign Sean Caraher, United States Navy. That's right. Ensign Parker James Freer, United States Navy. Ensign Travis Grant, United States Navy. Ensign Jeremy Christian Green, United States Navy. Ensign Charles Heaton, United States Navy. With an outstanding thesis, Ensign Sean E. Fun Lee, United States Navy. Ensign Benjamin Meinster, United States Navy. Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Ensign James Egan, United States Navy. Lieutenant John Barman, United States Navy. Ensign Ethan James Hart, United States Navy. Ensign Laurel Marie Jonick, United States Navy. Graduating with distinction and with an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander Lauren Cadlick, United States Navy. Ensign John David McMahon, United States Navy. Master of Science in Space Systems Operations, the recipient of the Admiral William Adger Moffett Space Systems Award, graduating with distinction, Major Michael Smithson, United States Marine Corps. The recipient of the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory Award for Excellence in Applied Physics Research with an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Christopher Brave, United States Navy. With an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Jonathan Kaifus D. Simone, United States Navy. With an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Brian Yu, United States Navy. Master of Science in Systems Engineering, Lieutenant Cameron Gunn, United States Navy. Lieutenant Alyssa Ray Kane, United States Navy. Lieutenant Alexander Kuval, United States Navy. Lieutenant Masis Tarosyan, United States Navy. The recipient of the Naval Sea Systems Command Award for Excellence in Systems Engineering, graduating with distinction, Lieutenant Diego Custodio Rangel, Brazilian Navy. Master of Science in Computer Science, Ensign Glenn Christopher Daves, United States Navy. Mr. Calvin Goh, Ministry of Defense, Singapore. Master of Science in Modeling, Virtual Environments, and Simulation with an outstanding thesis, Captain Christopher Lee Garibay, United States Marine Corps. Master of Science in Systems Technology, Command, Control, and Communications, graduating with distinction, Major Michael Dean Kennedy, United States Marine Corps. Master of Science in Information Technology Management, the recipient of the Rear Admiral Grace Murray Hopper Information Technology Management Award, graduating with distinction and with an outstanding thesis, Captain Miroslav Bernkov, United States Marine Corps. Captain Jamal Marcus Campbell, United States Marine Corps. Master of Science in Network Operations and Technology, Lieutenant Commander Eugene Thomas Fry, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Rashonda Lavon Holloway, United States Navy. The recipient of the Network Operations and Technology Outstanding Graduate Award, graduating with distinction and an outstanding thesis, is Lieutenant Commander Christopher Ryan Jennings, United States Navy. With an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander Ayman Mataleb, United States Navy. With an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander John Thomas Ross, United States Navy. Master of Science in Information Warfare Systems Engineering, Captain Asha Ahmad, United States Marine Corps. Captain Molly Marie Dundon, United States Marine Corps. Captain Leonard Matthew Donovan IV, United States Marine Corps. Graduating with distinction, Captain Luke Brendan Klena, United States Marine Corps. Major Bruce Allen Manuel, United States Marine Corps. Captain Melanie Danine Roy, United States Marine Corps. Captain Joel Elliott Thompson, United States Marine Corps. Graduating with distinction, Captain Brian Jeffrey White, United States Marine Corps. Master of Science in Operations Research, Captain Samuel Blake Fitzmaurice, United States Marine Corps. The recipient of the Chief of Naval Operations Award for Excellence in Operations Research with an outstanding thesis, Captain Caleb Michael Cattermus, United States Marine Corps. The recipient of the Military Operations Research Society Stephen A. Tisdale Graduate Research Award with an outstanding thesis, Captain Brian Joseph Martinez, United States Marine Corps. Captain Patrick Logan Riley, United States Marine Corps. The recipient of the Marine Corps Association Superior Service for Outstanding U.S. Marine Student with an outstanding thesis, Major Larry William Wigington, United States Marine Corps. Major Charles Russell Gallagher, United States Army. Major Jake Jacoby Willis, United States Army. Major David Michael Wren, let me back up. The recipient of the Association of the United States Army General Joseph W. Stilwell Chapter Award for Outstanding Army Student, Major David Michael Wren, United States Army. Graduating with distinction and with an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander Cedric George Gibbons McLean, Chilean Navy. Ensign Ju Wan Lee, United States Navy. Ensign Jamie Christine Miller, United States Navy. With an outstanding thesis, Ensign Sarah Beth Naldo, United States Navy. Ensign Marshall O.C. Shires, United States Navy. Captain Chase Dalton Castillo, United States Air Force. Master of Science in Defense Analysis, Major Orjan Berntsen, Norwegian Army. Lieutenant Colonel Ray Nilo de Lima, Philippine Army. Lieutenant Colonel Eric Kunle, Canadian Army. Major Christopher Paul Levy, United States Army. Major Joachim Ryberg, Swedish Army. The recipient of the Naval Postgraduate School Outstanding Academic Achievement Award for International Students, Major Lars Johan Selin, Swedish Army. Coronel Adalberto Vargas Rivera, Mexican Army. Major Michael Guerra Yusen, Philippine Army. Lieutenant Ryan Thomas Donofrio, United States Navy. Captain Edi Enekes, Hungarian Defense Force. The recipient of the Air Force Association Award for Outstanding U.S. Air Force Student graduating with distinction and with an outstanding thesis, Major Christopher James Gallegos, United States Air Force. Master of Business Administration, Acquisition, and Contract Management, Lieutenant Commander Jean-Paul Paredes Amposta, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Garrett Bond, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Marcus Klein, United States Navy. The recipient of the Graduate School of Defense Management Faculty Outstanding International Student Award, Captain Anastasios Mylonas, Hellenic Army. Master of Business Administration, Resource Planning and Management, Lieutenant Commander Yevgeny Vidyaev, Lithuanian Navy. Master of Business Administration, Financial Management, the recipient of the Department of the Navy Award for Academic Excellence in Financial Management and the Conrad Scholar Award for Distinguished Academic Achievement in Financial Management, graduating with distinction and an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander Michael Houghton, United States Navy. The recipient of the Rear Admiral Thomas R. McClellan Award for Academic Excellence in the Graduate School of Defense Management, Lieutenant Commander Gregory Dan Sherman, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Chi Chia Liu, Taiwan Navy. Lieutenant Commander Andrew Corpy, United States Navy. Master of Science in Contract Management with an outstanding thesis, Ms. Catherine Danielle Bukowski, Air Education and Training Command. Master of Science in Contract Administration, Mr. John Spencer Carhart, Naval Surface Warfare Center, Port Hueneme Division. Ms. Beth Cloutier, Supervisor of Shipbuilding, Conversion, and Repair, Groton. With an outstanding thesis, Ms. Jamie Nicole Davies, Army Contracting Command. Mr. William Brennan Heckenkemper, Air Force Materiel Command. Graduating with distinction, Ms. Judy Hudson, Space Operations Command, U.S. Space Force. Graduating with distinction, Mr. Robert Lee Mayfield, Supervisor of Shipbuilding, Conversion, and Repair, Newport News. Mr. William Spencer Parkin, Air Education and Training Command, with an outstanding thesis. Ms. Tracy Ann Renzella Mollis, Air Force Life Cycle Management Center. With an outstanding thesis, Ms. Stephanie Ann Rostermunt, United States Army Corps of Engineers, Omaha District. Graduating with distinction, Ms. Thayer Elizabeth Riley, Air Force Installation Contracting Center. Thank you, sir. Please join me in giving all our graduates a well-deserved round of applause. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's graduation ceremony. On behalf of the President, Provost, and all of us at the Naval Postgraduate School, I'd like to once again thank you for being here today. Graduates, please remain near your seats until the platform party has departed.